of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon. Today is the first day of spring. It is March 20th, and it's a beautiful Friday, man. And I hope you plan for a great weekend, and hope you're going out and having a little fun and getting out of the house. We got a great show for you guys lined up today. Later on in the the middle part of the show, we have a good friend of ours, Jordan Spywack, is going to be with us, folks. And he's from the Kishette North Shore, and he works with disabilities for adults and children and stuff. So it'll be an interesting story. And we'll learn a bit, someone you should know, a good guy. And it's going to be a lot of fun with him on right after the Ace weather. But check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first men and women in the military, our veterans who fight for our country, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you. We're coming live to you on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, on the Motoraro Facebook page. We're on the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. We're on X, formerly Twitter. We're on YouTube, and we're on LinkedIn. Coming to you live Monday through Friday at noon. It's showtime, guys. Let's go. Thank you so much, Richie in Seventh Heaven. Hey, guys, how we doing this afternoon? It's a lot of fun. I want to thank you guys for joining us for another edition. I hope you're watching us here on lunchtime or you're watching it later on in the day. But before we get the show going, you know what it's time for? It's time for business. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before there were neighborhoods with all their locations: Norridge, Evergreen Park, Mesa, Arizona, Richmond, Des Plaines, Warrenville, Fox River Grove, and coming in October, Elmwood Park, Illinois. Guys, exclusively for the whole month of March, all Carhartt clothes are 30% off, including gloves, socks, and hats. How about getting ready for spring? Scott's four-step annual program, $94.99 for a 5,000 square foot bag, a savings of $25, or $229.99 for a 15,000 square foot bags, and that's a savings of $60. Eagle lawnmowers, save up to $150 with Eagle battery-powered lawnmowers and other outdoor-powered equipment. You'll never have to deal with gas or engine tune-ups again. Plus free assembly and delivery on all lawnmowers. You can't beat that, folks. And don't forget to tell them to grill your Ace off. Get a new grill. Tell them, I want to grill my Ace off with our good friends from JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. All right. And don't forget now, folks, the fourth annual for the Tony Ocean Show, of course, the Chicago Music Cruise. Jump on the cruise. You missed the last three. Jump on this one coming up January 10th through January 17th. We're going back by popular demand on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, Star of the Seas. A beautiful ship. We're excited to be there again. I guess with our cohorts, our good buddy Seventh Heaven, of course, and Tony Ocean and the whole Main Event band. So Orlando, Bahamas, Coco Cay, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. You can't beat that, folks. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or better yet, pick up the phone and call our good friend Mary at NTD Vacations, 630-688-1725, and jump on the cruise with Ocean and Seventh Heaven. It's going to be good. We always have a lot of fun with these. I want to thank a big, big thank you to Irv and everybody at Chef Shangri-La last night in North Riverside. It was the first time they had entertainment on a Thursday night, and we had a great crowd. I want to thank you all. Congratulations. Happy anniversary to the General, Robert Provenzano, and Jan. And I want to thank Ron and Rose and the Spins and Danny Mazzi and everybody showing up last night, and Mary and Sherwin and Michael, and the list goes on and on. It was a great turnout, and Jumpin' Jerry Jams was on fire last night. You know what? I've never been there before. The place just celebrated 50 years in business for a restaurant. It's like Chinese and tropical drinks, and really kind of cool. It's got the pond with the turtles and the fish in it. But I've never played there on a Thursday, and they never had entertainment on a Thursday. So it was very cool. We had a lot of fun. So thank you, Irv, and everybody, and congratulations on 50 years in the business. That's Chef Shangri-La in Riverside. Go out and check it out. Tonight, we're going to keep the party going with Chicago Prime Steakhouse. We'll be there at 8 o'clock with Daryl Armenstad, the professor. And tomorrow, we're making our debut at the 28 Mile Distillery. That's right, in Highwood, Illinois. This place is beautiful. They make their own booze. You got to love that. We hit the stage at 4 o'clock till 6:30. We're doing the first set, and then they got Panic at the Costco or Panic at the Disco, whatever they are. They're coming on after us. But that's going to be the whole main event band: Double T, Tony Toto, Jerry Jams, Danny Raimondi, Tino on piano, and Regina Karma. That's tomorrow at the 28 Distillery in beautiful Highwood, Illinois. And then Sunday, we round it off at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy in St. Charles for Sinatra Sunday. That's a 4:30 hit, me and Double T, Tony Toto, and that is, go to oshows.com and get your tickets. Busy week, as always, folks. The shows just keep going and going. Miles, how are you doing? Another great entertainer in Chicago. Susan, the closer. Buddy, I'd be doing Kathy, California. Nina's in the house. We have Iowa, Ohio, Indiana's watching today, and say hello to our friends of Daytona, Florida. Kathy, how are you doing? Very cool. It's beautiful out there today. I went fishing. I love fishing. A couple different ponds, only 3 bluegill, nothing big. But hey, today's the first day of spring, so we're excited. We're going to keep this party going. So that's what's important. That's all that matters, right, folks? All right, couple things. Like I said, today is the first day of spring. I also want to shout out to my future son-in-law, Nico, Tony, my son, Eric, my son-in-law, and everybody. Their bachelor party up in Las Vegas, Nevada. I hope you guys brought a lot of singles. You never know when you might need them. Anyway, be safe, and I hope you guys are having a good time out there. A couple things here. Congratulations to Shelby Saratella. Of course, she's the daughter of Bill Saratella, great singer in Chicago. Of course, he plays Frank Sinatra in our Oceans Rap Pack show. She just graduated from College Loyola University. Congratulations, Shelby, out there. Another graduate. March Madness is in. I don't know. I don't follow college sports at all, but I know it's big for all you March Madness people. So that's taking her the last 2 weeks of March here with March Madness. General, thank you, brother. Happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife, Jan. Jackie from Ace Hardware in the house. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Double T, Tony Toto. I will see you in an hour. Yeah. Busy day, folks. Busy fun. What else we got? Oh, some sad news. Some very, very sad news. A very good friend of mine for over 30 years. He's the head security guard, of course, Ron Onesti's Club Arcata, the theater. He's security for the whole theater there. And we're all talking about and a great vocalist and singer himself, the great Johnny Maggio. His wife just passed away. So Johnny, our prayers. She's been sick for a while on and off, and the Lord took her. So she's in a better spot now. Maybe she's not suffering anymore. So our prayers go out to the whole Maggio family. God bless you, pal. And we'll keep you posted on Wake and stuff like that as we find out some information here. Yeah, pretty sad. Also, folks, another sad news, according to ABC News, that James Gracie, of course, was missing, the student. I think he was from Elmhurst originally. He was on vacation in Barcelona. Unfortunately, they found him dead in the sea and the water there. So prayers go out to James Gracie and the family. Horrible story. Horrible story it is. I just hate when you hear stories like that. When you get out of town, you get out of the country, no matter where you're going, man, got to watch your surroundings. Always try to be in groups. Try not to stand out. And you don't know this. I didn't know though what happened or anything like that. But the family, our prayers go out to the family, and it's just so heartbreaking, heartbreaking. Also, one of our firefighters, the great, we talked about this yesterday, Michael Altman, he passed away. They're doing a GoFundMe page. He's got a beautiful wife and a baby, and he's got a child, if I got that right, and he had another baby on the way. So go look at my page and GoFundMe and try to help the family out. Another firefighter, a first responder, just sad. It really is sad all around. And another great legendary actor, action star, Chuck Norris, has passed away at the age of 79 years old. I always liked Chuck when he came out, man. It was Bruce Lee, then Chuck Norris, and of course, Steven Seagal, Claude Van Damme. But Chuck was the guy. His movies were great and always had a positive attitude. So our prayers go out to the Norris family and the Hollywood as it is. Also, let's now thank our good buddy Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets. Buy local, shop local, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Meats, groceries, prepared food, rotisserie chicken, and more. That's Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. You got to love it. All right, we got some headlines here. Coming up at about 12:30, like I said, our good friend of ours, Jordan Spywack, is going to be with us, and got a very interesting job that he does, and I'm sure it's got to take a lot of patience and everything he puts together to help these people, the disabled. So Jordan will be joining us right after the weather. All right, we got some headlines here. Gen Z is revealing, they're bringing back this newer generation, even though they stopped drinking, which is horrible because drinking is down. But I'm surprised at this. DVDs, Blu-rays, video rental shops are record months for younger people are coming out and going back with the vinyl and the CDs and the Blu-rays. It's amazing, and it's good. I mean, I still have the collection. I have all my records, and I have all of my VHSs. Then I had to go buy everything on a DVD and then Blu. I mean, it just goes over and over. But I miss those rental stores, man, going there. I think it was like Mondays or Wednesdays was new movies. But if the younger generation is doing that thing, they might be doing something good out there. So that's good. I think it's very important. Did you know? Here's the fact, folks. In almost every relationship out there, one person is always freezing and the other one is always hot. I'm always hot in the house. We have the air on. We have the fan on all year round. All year round, folks. Almost every relationship. Science shows that due to differences in resting rates and blood circulation, women generally have slightly higher core temperatures, but colder extremities, hands, feet. So there you go. You got to ask yourself, right? It's got to be that way in all the families. Very interesting. Yeah, 86 years old. Oh, thank you, Albert. I thought it was 79, but thank you. He was 86. Thank you guys for correcting me. That's why you guys are here. Someone said 79. He was 86 years old. The passing again of Chuck Norris. A Burger King employee was fired after working for 24 years. All she did was take a fish sandwich, fries, and a drink at the end of her shift. And after 24 years, they fire her. How sad is that? Then she takes him to court. She takes Burger King to court, and she ends up winning $46,000 when she sued them. Good for her, this nice lady. Come on, it's a fish sandwich and fries. She's just working there for 24 years. Give her something to eat. That's what it's about, right? You can't beat that stuff. What do we got coming up? We got some more great shows. Next Wednesday, Rosario's in Roselle with Double T. Next Thursday, Positano's in Oak Brook with Jerry Jams and the return of Lisa P. On the 28th will be a Taverna on Division. And going into April, folks, April 1st, My band, the Dream Police. That's right. Tribute to Cheap Trick. That's my other rock band we've had since 1988. We're going to be doing the International Cheap Trick Day, which it is. April Fool's Day is actually International Cheap Trick Day in Illinois. We'll be at the Hard Rock Casino in Rockford with the Dream Police doing our special tribute to Cheap Trick. And then Billy and the Vintage Saints will be opening the show. That's Wednesday, April 1st. April 4th will be at Johnny's Kitchen and Tap. On the 11th, 2 shows will be at the Hobart Theater in Indiana from 2:30 to 4:30 with Ocean's Rat Pack. And then later on that evening, we'll be at Primo Italian America in Gurnee. On the 16th, we'll be at the Getaway in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. People were asking me, Dennis, and people were asking me, the Getaway show at the French Country Inn, the Getaway, will on April 16th will be from 5 to 8. 5 to 8. That will be the showtime on the 16th. 25th of April will be at Docks in Wakanda, and Ocean's Rat Pack going to the Cove in Lake Geneva on Mother's Day weekend, May 9th. May 14th will be at Zia Social in the city of Chicago. We're excited about that. And Ocean's Rat Pack back at the Carnival on May 20th on Fulton Market, the alley, the speakeasy upstairs. A lot of stuff. Check the website, give you more dates. Happy Gina, how are you doing, my friend? And hope you guys are doing well today. I'm having a good day today. I wish I would have caught some fish, but I am tired. I still can't get that sleep in me, man. I don't know what it is. This is Miami, Florida waitress arrested after chasing a customer into the parking lot over a $3 tip on a $487 tab. This lady was so pissed off, she chased the customer in the parking lot. Come on, these people got to make a living. The tab was $487. This cheap bastard, $3 he left her. Now, I understand sometimes if the service is horrible, but you still got to give them 20% at least. This is how these people survive. And it's Hooters. I don't know if she should chase the guy out of the parking lot, but crazy. Greetings from Pasadena, California, Marty. Mojo's, baby. I hope you're doing well in California, brother. And we got to jam together again soon. We're going to save a couple of these other stories. This is something that makes a lot of sense. Did you know the more you see something, the more you tend to like it and trust it, even though it's not right? This is called mere exposure effect. The more often you see something, a face, a song, a brand, even a person, the more comfortable or likable it starts to feel. Your brain prefers what feels familiar because familiarity signals safety, reduces uncertainty. That's why catchy songs grow on you in commercials and different lines in movies, right? So you always remember that kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you guys send me in. I do appreciate that, all the good stuff. And we get good stories. Here's one, folks. You can't make this shit up, folks. Florida man arrested for attempting to use trained squirrels to steal lottery tickets. You can't make this stuff up, folks. And when you're going to hear it, you hear it here. That's right. Florida man arrested for attempting to use trained squirrels to steal lottery tickets. Logic stuck again. Authorities say a man was arrested allegedly attempting to use trained squirrels. Unbelievable what these people are trying to do. To steal lottery tickets. Trained squirrel. God. Maybe nuts. Is that crazy? Gary. Yeah, I hope you're doing, buddy. And tonight you're at the 4 Points, right? In Itasca with your Beatle band, you and Dante. So I wish you a lot of luck. Daryl, the professor, Armanstad. I will see you tonight at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, Professor. And Professor will be joining us on the cruise, folks. The main event band on the cruise in January is going to be Jerry Jams, Double D, Tony Toto, Carlo Labali on saxophone, and of course, Daryl, the Professor Armanstad. So we're excited to have Daryl with us on this cruise this time out. What do we got here? First guy to have more interceptions than touchdowns to go on a world tour. That's right, folks. Your Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, had 4 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions in 2025-26 season. Caleb, and the Indiana Bears. Oh, yeah. He's gone to a lot of podcasts since the end of 2025 playoffs, the most recent one being the Max Crosby, where he talked about both being Superman. One fan, yeah, first guy to have more interceptions than touchdowns, goes on a world tour. Keep painting those fingernails for that fluke season you had last year, and good luck in Indiana. Just my opinion, folks. I know it's not a popular one, but just my opinion. All right. This is scary too, folks. Many companies are using AI as an excuse to fire people, a method called AI washing. AI washing. When even Sam Altman says companies are hiding layoffs behind AI, you know it's time to look deeper. Not every job cut is innovated. Not every restructuring is processed. Sometimes AI transformation is just a softer way to say cost of living, cost cutting. Technology should create opportunities, not become a convenient excuse. Imagine working, losing your job, AI. Well, you know what? It's going to happen, folks. We were talking this about yesterday. Elon Musk was in the news saying that in the next 7 years, we'll have robots. If you pay $1,000 a month to clean the house and do stuff, just like remember Rosie on the Jetsons. Now we're showing our age. But it's going to happen, and I feel bad for some people starting to lose jobs when this happens. It's going to be very interesting in the future. Marty, got to go pet my dogs and stop killing squirrels. Yeah, there you go. Teach your dog how to do it there, Marty. Yeah, so it's nuts the way this world is. Adam Hunter, he's a great comic if you ever get a chance. I always see him on Gutfeld, my favorite show on Fox. But he said something. Hillary Clinton said she does not believe she ever met Jeffrey Epstein. She claims she left him hanging. Oh, in there. Too soon? No, not at all. Adam Hunter, very funny comedian, very important. Patrice, former Honey Bear, I think is watching. Patrice, how you doing, honey? She posted this. No, we don't need more sleep. It's our souls that are tired, not our bodies. We need nature. We need magic. We need adventure. We need freedom. We need truth. We need stillness. We don't need more sleep. We need to wake up and live. Maybe that's my problem because I can't sleep. Maybe 2 hours a night, 3 hours a night. It's killing me, man. I don't know what it is. I tried the melatonin, but the melatonin puts you to sleep. It just doesn't keep you sleeping long. That's the problem that I have with that. The only thing that actually worked for me, if I ever needed to sleep, NyQuil. But you shouldn't take NyQuil if you're not sick. But that will knock you out, boy. That will make you sleep. Okay, this sentence from Ryan Foyer. Breaking news. Target will now require every single cereal that they sell to be completely free of synthetic foods and dyes by the end of May. Very cool. They're finally starting to listen. Get the poison out of our kids' food. Make America healthy again. Movement is winning. If these stores and places actually start taking these dyes and shit out of food, how many times we talked to this about this on this show? And I mentioned it many times. I had that packet of oatmeal from the United States of America, and I had the exact same packet of oatmeal from the UK. And the back of the ingredients in the United States oatmeal was just a full page. The back was all full of shit. But the one in the UK only had 3 ingredients. There's food that we eat here, folks, that we eat here in the United States that are banned in Europe and other parts of the country. What does that tell you? Dennis, good afternoon. If you don't see comments, Facebook is blocking comments everywhere. No shit. Well, Dennis, I hope you're doing well, Lake Geneva. Dennis, to answer your question yesterday, on April 16th, the getaway will be there from 5 to 8. 5 to 8, me and Double T, getaway, French Country Inn. Yeah, so they got to stop putting this stuff in, man. Very, very important. And I hope they do. It's not only for us adults, but for the kids, the future, all the garbage that they're putting in our systems. They're almost like they're trying to kill us. Let's see here. If you're a cat lover, I only had one cat in my life. I'm allergic to cats. I had a cat named Baxter. It was almost like a dog. He was with me all the time. And, when we first got him, I was, getting allergic, but after a while, I think I got immune to him. But this is interesting. The PACT Act, Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Act, has officially became law in the United States, making specific extreme acts of animal abuse federal felonies for the first time. Crimes such as crushing, burning, drowning, or suffocating animals can now carry penalties up to 7 years in a federal prison. What's wrong with you people? Do these to your pets? There's a lot of whack jobs in this world, folks. They take animals. I've seen it. You've seen these shows where they put a dog or something in a garbage bag and throw it out in the middle of the expressway. I mean, some of these whack jobs are doing it to babies, throwing them in garbage cans. These are pets. And if you're pet lovers, whether it's a dog, cat, whatever you got, they're family members. I don't care what you say. They are family members. And this stuff needs to stop. In Sweden, we're talking about another part of the country. Sweden officially declares sex as a sport, and a tournament is already being prepared. For all you Swedes out there, look at that. And unbelievable as it may seem, Sweden has declared sex as an official sport. And it's even launched its first competition evaluating by a panel of judges. Now, who's got the free time to come up with this shit? The couple's chemistry, their understanding of sex, their level of endurance, their other vital characteristics will be taken into account when deciding who comes out the winner of the sex tournament and will have his own audience. Swedish the Sex Federation has been trying for some time to establish new sport, so they're very pleased with the achievement and welcome this championship. Sweden, folks. What are you doing? Watching football? No, we're going to watch the couple have sex, and we're going to have a tournament, see who wins. These stories, man, it's pretty shitty shit, but man, crazy as it may sound, and it just gets crazier and crazier. Okay, look at this. Now, the DUIs, I didn't realize this. These are some celebrities who aren't allowed to drive. Barbara Streisand stopped driving after freeway incident. So she got scared and never drove again. Kevin Hart banned after serious car accident. Tina Fey never got a license, uses public transportation. Now, if you're in New York and certain places, a lot of people don't drive. That is true. Robert Downey Jr., license suspended, multiple DUIs. Justin Bieber faced multiple driving-related charges. Mariah Carey says she's incapable of driving. Let's see here. Noel Gallagher from Oasis doesn't drive, owns unused cars. What? That's still driving. Britney Spears, well, you know her. Her license is suspended multiple times. Ricky Gervais, one of my favorite comics, never got his driver's license. So there you go. Cardi B never had a driver's license. So there's some celebrities that are not allowed to drive or choose not to drive. If you think about it, if we had Uber assigned to one family, imagine that instead of buying a car, if everybody had an Uber, almost like the old limo days, but you get an Uber driver, one or two, whatever, that's assigned to each family, and they just take you everywhere, and you never have to worry about driving. I would love that. No insurance. No, you just pay them whatever it is, a certain amount, a month or year, whatever it is. Probably got to be cheaper than paying a payment. Look, like my caddy, I lease a caddy, so I get a new caddy every year. But it's all like $620, $625 a month just for my car payment. Yeah, I wish it was Jimmy Kimmel too. Can't stand him or Colbert and all those idiots on late night. Good point there, Dennis. So if you think about it, interesting. On this day of 1913, more than 5,000 women marched down Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. to demand the right to vote, making the first Surridge Parade, the first large organized march on Washington for political purposes. In 1913, women, that's when they got the chance to vote. So Pretty cool. Everybody should vote, no matter what. If you don't vote, you can't bitch whoever wins. That's very, very important. Does it make a difference what side you're going to vote on? But vote. Because then you can't say, well, then you should have voted. Well, unless you're voting in Illinois because it's rigged anyway. So, and technically, and probably California too. Dick Sayed, Alderman, how are you doing, my brother? Hope to see you tonight. Thank you. Ronnie B, nice catch. I tried everything today. 3 bluegill. That's it, Ronnie. We got to go soon. Me and you, buddy. All right, got a couple more. Let's see. My mother once told me if you have to talk to more than one person about the same problem, you don't want help, you want attention. God, is that true? Once again, my mother once told me if you have to talk to more than one person about the same problem, you don't want help, you want attention. Not every conversation is about healing. Sometimes repeating the same problem to different people isn't about solutions, it's about validation. Real growth happens when you sit with the issue and take responsibility for the change. Advice helps once, action helps always. Attention feels comfortably, accountability feels uncomfortable, but only one knows if you move forward. So, yeah, you tell everybody, right? Or unless you got like somebody like Mrs. Kravitz, remember you tell her and she tells like 900 people. Here's what you do to somebody. If you know people like that they love to yap to people once they find out news, here's what you do. Get up with a group of your friends and come up with a complete lie. And then tell that person. And by the time it gets to everybody else, you're going to know who said it, right? That would be a funny thing to do. Just my opinion, but I think it would work. I think it would be very funny to have some fun. You know what time it is, folks? It's time for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute. It's right, telling us the way the weather is. What spring is here. I'm so excited. And that is this particular shot is brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores with their new location coming to Elmwood Park, Illinois in October. I can't wait for that. All right, today it starts between 64 and 38 degrees, so it depends on the wind. 65% humidity, 11 miles. It's a beautiful sunny day for the first day of spring. So get out of the house, go fishing, go running, do whatever you have to do, but get out. And that's brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right, without any further ado, we have a special guest with the guys here today. Let's get him on. Jordan, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much. I got to go back here. Thank you for joining this, first of all. And very, very important. When your father's been watching the show. He came to see my couple gigs before, and we talked a little bit. I asked him one day, what your son does, and he says this is what you do. So program coordinator at Keshet in North Shore area of the greater Chicago. Now you support, tell us exactly your day-to-day, what you do every day.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much day to day, I get in around 8 a.m. and we run an adult day program for individuals with intellectual developmental disabilities. So they get in around 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 2:30, we're primarily out in the community. We're either helping them find jobs or we're volunteering at other local, organizations, food pantries, animal shelters, that sort of thing. We also do a lot of exercise in the community. We'll go to, a gym and, run around the track or do some weightlifting, whatever the case may be. That's kind of like the day-to-day, Monday through Friday. And then also I work in our residential homes. We have about 4 group homes where I help out with basic life skills, cooking dinner, doing laundry, just living independently on your own, helping them do that. As well as we have a recreation program where we work. So not just adults, I also work with children as well, where we have like after school buddy programs. We have a buddy baseball, buddy bowling. We go out and we kind of just help them, have all the same experiences that you and me had growing up. So Yeah, it's a great thing. We've also gone on some trips. I noticed you mentioned Las Vegas. I've taken them on a trip to Las Vegas before, where we stayed at the Paris. We were gambling, having a good time. So we do a lot of fun stuff. Everything that you and me do, we give that to them as well, because everyone should have that experience and that right as a human being. So
I agree with you 100%. Jordan, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 30.
30. You look like you're 17 years old, which is pretty good, actually.
Thank
So take that as a compliment. Very good. So, what made you get involved in this? Did some tragic happen in a family, or did you just say, hey, man, I want to start helping people?
Well, so here's the thing. So during COVID, during that time, I was working as a sales rep for a organization in the city at the Merchandise Mart. It was called Home Advisor. Now it's Angie. So I was doing a lot of inside sales, cold calling, and I was making really good money, but I felt like I wasn't really doing anything that purposeful. I felt like I was kind of like taking more than I was giving. So, did that for like 2, 3 years, and then I just kind of felt burnt out and was, wanting a career change. So I completely left that gig and I took some time off. I traveled, and in my travels, one of the places I went was Israel on a birthright trip. And while I was there, we volunteered at an organization in Jerusalem, which similar to where I am. And that kind of gave me the idea like, oh, we have this back home, Keshet, I might as well go back home and this is what I should do. And I completely got in it. Never did this at all in my life ever growing up. It was a completely new career and I've worked my way up. Now I'm the program coordinator and I'm doing a lot of cool stuff. Thank you so much. Doing a lot of cool stuff like I just went to Washington D.C. and I was on Capitol Hill lobbying politicians for rights for my guys and for my other staff
Yeah.
members as well. And then we went down to Springfield and had an advocacy day down there where I was on the state level talking to our local state reps and senators, doing similar things. So it's really opened up incredible doors for me that I never would have, even imagined years ago when I was, in my early
Jordan,
20s.
when you go into Congress and the White House and Senate, Springfield, everywhere you're going, what's the response from? Are you getting a lot of positive help? I mean, are they
Yeah,
actually
in
thinking and
this,
doing, or are they just
yeah, in
talking and
this
not?
field, yeah, no, in this field in particular, I think, it's kind of like if everyone is pretty on board with what we need in with the intellectual developmental disability community, it's pretty cut and dry. It's like, we want the same rights, we want equal housing and, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, it's not such a tough sell, if you will, when I'm speaking to these politicians, but
Yeah, sure.
it's definitely good to tell my story, from the front lines.
What is your biggest challenge that you're getting, you think?
Um, so I mean, I think on the state level right now is opening up more. So more in the city of Chicago, there's a lot less strict zoning laws to get like housing for some of our people than it is in the suburbs. In the suburbs, it's like you anytime there's a group home situation, you can't have another group home within 800 my feet radius of that one group home. So it's really hard. It makes it challenging
Okay.
to open up new homes in suburbs and stuff. Whereas in Chicago, it's like standard DHS laws. It's a lot more laxed than it is. So that's one thing that we've been fighting for is making it so that everyone has to follow that same rule, DHS standard when opening, because there's a lot of people, a lot of my guys are a lot real fortunate, but there's a lot of people out there that are institutionalized and they're in a lot of these state run facilities and they're not getting the same care that I'm and my team are giving them or teams from other organizations like mine.
What are some of the what are some of the disabilities that they have?
So I deal with individuals with cerebral palsy, autism, Down syndrome, Fragile X syndrome, you name it.
What's the ages, would you say?
Oh, so from as young as like 5 years old until like forever. Our oldest participant's probably around 70 years old. So we also deal with the aging population as well in this community.
And that's men and women. Is there a
Yeah,
difference? I mean, I don't know. I mean, these some dumb questions maybe, but is there more women, men, or is it spread all the
it's
way around?
pretty equal. Yeah, it's pretty spread out all around between men and women.
Yeah. That's so cool. Now, when you told your dad or your family that this is what I want to do, did you get? I'm sure you had plenty of support. I don't know your father that well. Seems like a great guy, and he's watching, by the way. And
Yeah.
how was that like
He
when you
is
approached him? This is Dad. This is what I want to do.
He's fully supportive of it. Honestly, if I'm really thinking, back to where, because you said this must take a lot of patience earlier on. And if I'm thinking back, it's like, I've seen my dad take care of my grandmother, my aunt, because they passed, God rest her soul, they passed away a few years ago. So I've seen him take care and be this caretaker for people in our family for a very long time. So I think that indirectly rubbed off on me, and that's where I get a lot of this desire and this passion for this type of work to also take care of people. So he was fully
What
supportive
about
of it, and
you got to love that. And I think if you have support from the people that love you, any job you have is always going to be more successful. You're absolutely right. What about the families? Is there a lot of families that are supporting their individuals, or you hear a lot of stories sometimes that once they're in, they don't even come and visit and stuff like that. I mean, is the families pretty? Do you see a lot of that, or is it just
yeah, this
you do?
honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
joining this organization in this community, I feel like I didn't just join, get a job somewhere. I feel like I joined another family. So it's one, I know all the families that I'm working with. I know them. I even do stuff on the side with them. Maybe I'll take their kid out to a ball game, or come over for holidays and stuff. So we're all really connected. But you are right. There are people in other organizations that are like wards of the state, and they don't have guardian. They don't have their family as their primary guardian. So that is a thing. But luckily, we're very fortunate to be, like almost a family run organization. Like all the families have some hand in everything here that goes on here.
How many employees would you say are with your team?
Ooh, so yeah, I mean, across we have our day programs, our residential homes, our day schools. We have a high school and a grade school, and our recreation. I'd say, I mean, upwards of like 150 employees.
That's great. How many people would you say actually? How many that you actually
Oh,
take care of? Is there a number that you can
yeah.
even come
Well,
up with?
so I mean, just me. I mean, I would say upwards of 50 to 60 on a throughout the year. But we also have like camps and like summer camps and stuff like that, and other partnerships with other organizations. So I mean, if you're spanning across the whole North Shore, I mean, it'd be in the thousands of people that we help.
And how do they is it easy to get accepted? Is there a lot of paperwork and stuff before you accepted into this program? Do you have to go through a certain thing? How does that work? If someone has somebody that might be interested, what would you recommend them to do?
Oh, I mean, I'd recommend them. I mean, depending on their age and stuff like that. I mean, I'd recommend them to visit. We have a website, so I'd say visit keshet.org. That's KESHET.org. They can sign up for any recreation programs that they'd want to sign up for. They can get in touch and more information about our adult programs and our schools and stuff like that. With our houses, obviously, and this is the problem that a lot of people run into, there's a wait list for anywhere you go, because there is such a demand for people to get into housing. So housing, anywhere
Sure.
you go, that you're going to hear about these, and that comes with that municipal law where where it's harder to open up more homes. There's such a need for more homes, right, in all communities in the state, throughout the state of Illinois. So you will hear that. But I mean, yeah, if anyone wants to sign up, do our camp programs, recreation, they can go to keshet.org, and they'll get all the info that they need.
that you need there. You're a busy guy, and I appreciate your time and what you do. And you know what? There's a lot of people that sometimes they don't get credit that they deserve. And man, at your age, and I'm going to ask you this: the counselors and stuff, are they all your age, older, younger? What's the age for the counselors? Like the job that you do?
Yeah, that
What's
varies. I
their
mean,
ages?
so some I have a coworker. She started volunteering when she was 8 years old. She was a volunteer, and now she's a teacher in the school. So she's around my age. So, we have people, if you can even get your kids in, if they want to come volunteer, or if any grandkids, anyone that wants to come help out, you can get them in, that we'll have something for them to do. And yeah, we have, people that retire from here, that have worked here literally the past 30 years, like they're almost their entire life, because this is such powerful work that needs to be done.
It's just amazing. Here's two more questions. Number one, what's next for you? Go up higher? What's the next level for you personally?
So yeah, I mean, I was recently promoted to where I am at program coordinator. I mean, yeah, just only time will tell with how much I'll go up from here with this organization. And, I still plan on advocating and going to DC and going to Springfield and telling my story and the stories of others, and just kind of, pushing this to Congress as much as I can, because that will ultimately make a difference. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll get into politics, or maybe one day, it's endless. So the possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this with the mind that you have. I can see you up there, maybe trying to do some good things in this world, which we definitely need. And I got to ask, the pictures behind you, are they done
Oh,
by students, or I mean, or
yeah.
people?
So
The
that's, I'll
pictures.
move it. Yeah, that's just some of our students that did Keshet. They spelled it out, and they colored it in, and then we just put it up. I'm in our art room right now having this meeting, so I am actually working right now as well. So coming to you live from.
There you go, Jordan. I can't thank you enough for your time. I know you're a busy man, and if they can, God, and for your team, kudos to your team. And listen, if you guys ever need a fundraiser of some sort, I can get a lot of Chicago musicians. Maybe we can put a little concert together. Have your dad reach out to me, and maybe we can do something and put some money in for a good cause. And you just keep doing what you do. When I see younger generation of people trying to do something like this, it gives us all a hope, and we definitely need this. And these men and women and children, they really need your help. I mean, like you said, there's some out there that can't even take care of themselves, and it's just, man, it's just crazy. But it's a good thing that you're doing. God bless you, pal. I really appreciate it, Jordan. Thank you for your time, and you have an incredible weekend, man.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Now, there you go, Jimmy. You got that? Yeah. So, Jordan, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable job, and his organization. If you can volunteer or you can donate, whatever it is, it's important to check that out. Jordan, have a great guys. This is Ocean's Pitch Show about Monday through Friday at you guys keep sending in. We do really very much busy in Illinois. We're excited about that. Hold on, we're just trying to clear that works. Okay. Jimmy, you got that? Good. Tell me that was just not an incredible story. I want to thank David, of course, Jordan's father, for telling me about your incredible son you got there. David should be very proud, and the team that he has, and they put it together and do some great work. Unbelievable. And like I said, someone you should know, because there's a lot of people out there that do that. It's very, very cool. Amazing story. It really is. Another amazing story, my good buddy Jack Vana Landscaping. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spread, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They all plant design service and installation for the last 50 years. That's Jack Vana Landscaping, servicing the North Shore for 50 years. 847-432-5266. You got to love it, man. Wow. I'm just overwhelmed to hear stories, right? Rose, Susan out there, and everybody, Dave, everybody, the stories that you hear, it's amazing. And some stuff you don't know about this. You don't know unless you have someone that needs that help. And it's almost because we always have our blinders on with a lot of stuff in this world. Well, we don't know this until it happens to you. All of a sudden, everybody starts taking attention. If it's someone in your family, right? But I think there's so many other stories like this. And if you guys, anybody watching, listening, that want to get somebody on the show to promote what they're doing, I'd love to hear from them because it really is important and to do something like that. We're going to cut the show a little early today, folks, because I have another thing I have to do this afternoon. So birthdays for Friday, March 20th. My good friend Yolanda, wherever you are, honey, happy birthday. How about the great gunslinger Wyatt Earp? Would have been celebrating a birthday. Sting, for all you wrestling fans, it's Sting. That's right, 68 years old. William Hurt, actor William Hurt. Carl Reiner, one of the great comic legends of our time, would be celebrating a birthday, folks. The great Spike Lee, one of the biggest New York Knicks fans, next to me. Spike Lee, 68 years old, of course, a great movie director. Holly Hunter, great actor, 67 years old. Michael Rappaport, another great actor, New York boy, 55 years old. Isabella Drake, teacher. Teach if you're watching. Happy birthday, Isabella. Joey from Capri and Willow Springs in Florida, in Downers Grove, my good buddy Joey from Capri. Happy birthday, my good friend. Hal Linden, Barney Miller, remember that show? Glenn Close, 79 years old. Andy Reid, head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, 68 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not forget, Barron Trump, the son of President Donald Trump, turns 19 years old. Another smart kid. And of course, a gentleman that we grew up watching when we were kids, Fred Rogers. You guys remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the sweater and the shoes, Good Day in Their Neighborhood, and all that good stuff. Fred Rogers celebrating a birthday. Very, very cool. That was one guy I wish I've got to get a chance to hear him, the great Fred Rogers. Guys, Monday, we'll be back on Monday, and we have the state senator, David Schwebert, will be on the show. He's the state senator of Rockford. He was the one that came up with the idea of International Cheap Trick Day on April 1st, which we will be at the Hard Rock Casino doing our tribute to Cheap Trick with the Dream Police. That band, our band's been around since 1988. Mark Sheely, Bill Hall, Tommy Bam Bam Burke, and Nick, the Piano Man Sahajas. So it's a great group, and we love Cheap Trick, and I hope you guys can join us April 1st at the Hard Rock Casino in Rockford. And my Lake Geneva dates will be coming up soon. We have so many this year. So make sure you check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, for all your details on that. And we want to take the time again and go right back to our sponsor, of course, the company that makes it all possible, JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Coming soon in October to Elmwood Park, Illinois, guys. Wild bird food, 2 20-pound bags, $20 while supplies last. Clark Kensington Royal Paint. Give your house a fresh coat during spring cleaning and save. Buy 1 gallon, get the other gallon 50% off. And the deals just keep going better and better and better with JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before your neighborhoods. And don't forget to tell them I want to grill my ace off and get your new grill getting ready. Summer, backyard picnics, all that good stuff with JRC Ace Hardware, our good friends. Guys, again, tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. That's an 8 o'clock hit with the Professor Daryl Armenstadt. Tomorrow, 28 Mile Distillery in Highwood with the Main Event Band. That's a 4 to 6:30 hit. And then Panic at the Costco or Panic at the Disco, whatever they're called, is coming on after us. That is Saturday, tomorrow night. And Sunday, Ron Onesti's Club Arcana Speakeasy in St. Charles. Sinatra Sunday, me and Double T. That's a 4:30 hit. go to oshows.com. Also, our good buddy Sal the Voice is performing today and tomorrow night. He's got 2 nights there. Sal from the TV show The Voice. Great guy. And if you're out there, go check him out. Again, I want to thank Jordan Spywak. Thank you so much, Jordan. And thank you, Dave, your father, for getting him on the show. What a very intelligent, smart guy and doing good, which we need more in this world, right? So listen, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another, folks. It's a crazy world out there. And if you're offended with anything on this show that you've seen in the last 6 years, change the channel. We do it every day. TV, television, on the radio, right? But remember one important thing. Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. You got to remember that too. But most importantly, be kind to one another. And if there's somebody out there that maybe you haven't seen in a while, give them a reach out, give them a call, give them a text. Forget the text. Pick up the phone and call people. How are you doing? What's going on? And just because people are smiling all the time, nobody understands what they're going through. Just because they have a happy face, they might be going through some problems themselves. So if you can, reach out, give something. And that's what it's about. And no matter what side of the fence you're on politically, with all this crazy nonsense we have in the world, we have one thing in common. And that's music. Music. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's all that matters. Ringo Starr, Sir Ringo says, peace and love. And we need peace and love. You guys have an incredible weekend. We're back here on Monday. Don't forget, Tuesday and Thursday, Carol Brandolino in the house for Toxic Thursday and Twisted Tuesday. And Wednesday, the 25th of this month, Ocean Split. Laura Ocean and Carol Brandolino are going to make it. It's not going to be a full show, but they're going to be here on Wednesday just explaining what they got coming up. And you might want to tune in for that. Woman's perspective from the girls' table or the women's table be kind of cool. Even some of you men should be watching that. We might learn something from the women, the human race of the women kind. Anyway, peace and love. Nick Sahajas, the piano man, is going to take us out. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
God bless everybody. God bless America, greatest country in the world. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace and love. Love you all. God bless.